Hi everyone. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I think some people are having issues trying to log in. So I'm gonna introduce myself really quickly. You have kind of read my bio, but I currently got my medical degree at the University of the Caribbean Medical School in St. Martin. I also hold a master's in public health from the US. And I also have a bachelor's degree here where I completed it in the US as well. I'm currently going into my residency applications, which I have so many interviews. I have like 24 interviews going right now. I actually love family medicine because I love continuity of care. I use research because I feel like it keeps you up to date to know a lot of conflicts, a lot of issues in medicine, and it keeps you in your toes with information because it keeps you a better doctor when you know information and scientific information, and also you contribute to research. I have done clinical trials, case reports, narrative reviews, and everything, and specifically our project is going to be a narrative review. And so that's a little bit about me. I don't want to say more, but so first I want you to open the author information if you have access to your computer right now. Or I don't know if you're using your phone or anything. So as you can see, I put my information because I'm gonna also be an author in your guys's paper. But this is just an example for you to fill out your information. So I see only one individual being logged in right now into that document. So that means that maybe not all of you have access to the link. So please let me know. Don't be shy to say that you don't have access to the link. And then you're going to be putting all your information. So make sure that you use an email that is actually that you utilize a lot because you're going to be receiving information when we publish or any updates about the paper or things like that. So make sure that you use an email that is going to be reliable. And then affiliation should always be the current medical school that you went into if you are not working or doing anything, or anywhere that you have an affiliation with, like a hospital or like an institution that you're working with at the moment. That will be the university you're going to place. You have to give me the address. You don't have to be specific with the address. You can just say the city and the country, but if you have the address, make sure that you include that, okay? And then I want you to put your credentials. So like if you have an MD or a bachelor's in medical school, like some people have different credentials in different countries. So I want you to put that in there, please. And then most of us may not have a conflict of interest. So, but if you do have a conflict of interest, let me know about it. So you can, if you say yes, explain to me what is a conflict of interest, meaning that maybe a pharmaceutical company is funding you to do research. So then that's probably a conflict of interest because let's say that the drug that you are investigating is about a cardiac amyloidosis to reduce the amyloid in the heart. Then that's a kind of a conflict of interest, right? Because we're using a drug that you are trying to investigate or work with in a different lab, right? So that's kind of a conflict of interest. So if you do have any, just say yes there and then tell me what will it be? And if you don't have any, just put no. And then this is optional, the ORCID number. And this is just to identify the publications that you have done in one place. You don't have to have this, but as a corresponding author myself, I have to keep track of this. So that way, when I publish, it's easy for them to identify that that's me. As the corresponding author. But for you guys, it's optional. You don't have to do it. But if you do have one, just include it there. Um, what else I wanted to show? Um, let's see. I think that's about it for this document. So I see people filling out their information. So make sure that you fill out all that information there. Um, and I think, and if you have an institution email, then it's better to use that just because it looks better, but you don't have to. Just keep the whatever email you prefer so that you can get all the information that you have to get. And the reason why I ask for this right now is because it makes it easier when I do the publication process and I combine every single document. It makes it easier for everyone towards the end, so I don't have to be asking for each of you individually. And you can edit this document at any time in the process of the 6 weeks that we're going to be writing the narrative review. And also it keeps track of how many people are participating in the paper, because if I don't see other names in here, that means that that person is not currently participating. So make sure that you put your name here as soon as possible so that I know that you are present. And also on the WhatsApp group, I would like you to put your first name and last name so that way I can know that it's you. Sometimes WhatsApp automatically changes the name, like it gives me like an indirect name based on the associated WhatsApp number, but sometimes it doesn't. So it only shows me the number, and I cannot know who it is based on that. So if you don't mind changing your name just out of respect to everyone and to myself, so that way I know that it's you, and I don't try to contact you for any other reasons, and I'm not sure how to find you or things like that. So I guess everybody's clear with this with this information, which is great. And I expect to be 11 people that are in the group. So I think I see right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then I see 8 people, and I think we need 3 more. May not be here in this session, or still may not, are still trying to open the link. So I will leave it like that for this document. The next document that I wanted to discuss is the outline. So I created an outline for the narrative review that we're going to be writing about. So of course, I forgot to put here the methodology, but I usually take care of the methodology myself. That's why I never include it in the outline. But I can put it here just as a way to I will add it later so that way the numerical numbers doesn't mess up or anything. But methodology will be here in this section, and usually I take care of it. But if somebody wants to give it a stab and also do it, let me know, and we can work together so that you can learn also how to do the methodology. So I want you to sign up your name in red next to the section you want to do. So we're gonna be I want you to give yourself like 5 minutes to read the document and let me know which topic you're interested in working on. So for the introduction, I only want one person. For the pathophysiology, I want 2 people. For the clinical presentation, I want one individual only. For the diagnostic, I want 2 people to work on this. For the evolving therapeutic, I want 2 people. For the prognosis, I only want one individual. And for the challenges, I want only 1 to 2 people, depending on how much information. Conclusion, I only want one individual. And the references is going to be me. I'm going to be organizing that later into the document. An abstract, I usually take care of the abstract as well. So any questions about how I'm organizing the outline? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to read it really quickly, and then tell me which sections you're interested in working on based on the on your interest or anything. And if you are interested in that topic right now and you know already, just put your name next to the the heading, so that way I know that you are interested in taking that. Okay, so make sure that the I don't see three names in one heading. So make sure that you only take one section, okay? Because I want to distribute everything fairly to everyone so that everyone does the same amount of work. But if you really want to do the pathophysiology, just let me know right now because I think I see three people here if I'm not mistaken. Is it Basa and Noor, right? Only. Oh, so I see. You put your name in parentheses. I see what you mean. Okay. So Yara, you have two names.
I can
Yara,
take any one. I first choose the pathophysiology, but I think it has three, so I can go with diagnostic strategy.
okay, okay, it's okay.
Sorry, diagnostic strategy.
Yeah, if you want to remove your name from the pathophysiology, and then
Yes.
you can put your name on the diagnostic strategies then.
Okay, I'm doing it right now.
And I'm gonna select the red, meaning that it's already selected for that. And I think somebody has been doing the red color. So I'm gonna do the same system. And Noor,
Hello, please. Can I? Has somebody already selected? My phone is a bit slow. Has somebody already selected the diagnostic strategies? I think I would like to do that one.
you would like to do that one too? Okay, so since I see four subtopics and you're interested in doing that one, then you can also sign up for that one. But make sure that you guys communicate to each other so you guys know which one is going to be doing each. Okay, does that make sense? Because you have four
Okay.
topics. So if you want to do the laboratory test and biomarkers, don't then shut it out right now so that I can put your name next to it. Okay, and you can and for those who have different subtopics and are more than two people, put your name on the things that you're interested in doing. Like if you want to do imaging techniques, put your name next to it as well. Okay. So I'm gonna put Joanna here because you want to do that, right? So then just put your name next to it, so then I know that you want to do that. The reason why I do this right now because it creates less complications for later, and I don't want to create any mess or any issues. So that's why I do this right now. I know it's like kind of like wasting your guys' time, but it's also a way to structure everything and make sure everything is good. So I think Aaron wanted to do this section, so I'm gonna let him do that section. Um, okay, see, I'm gonna select the red here, just so that it's already selected. Noor wants to do this section, so I'm gonna put a red. Okay. So I think somebody else from section 5 has to take one other topic, so that it can. So either uh, anybody can take that, and then. So Joanna, what do you want to take from section 5? You want to take the diagnostic. So this one will be mostly like a table or creating like a flow chart. So would you be okay to take that one, Joanna? If you are talking and you're,
Is it
yeah,
is it section 5.4?
correct.
Okay. I was thinking about section 5.3. Is it
1.3. Oh, the tissue diagnosis. I think Yara has more experience in pathology, I believe. So
okay?
I will let her do that one just because she has pathology experience, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But
Okay.
this, but this one will be fun to do, believe me, because you will be creating a flow chart based on what you have read. Because this is like like a flow chart type of section, and you will have more fun doing that and creating ways to illustrate the diagnostic relevance for the disease. Is that okay with you?
That's okay.
Okay. Uh, okay, and let's see. So section 4 is completed. Section 5 is completed. Section 3 is completed. For section 3, would you mind, Basa and Noor, try to decide which sections you guys want to do? So you want to do, because um, I will say that a lot of the ones that are going to be harder is 3.1. So I guess if Noor, if you want to take 3.2 and 3.3, that will be great. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And of course, you guys can always message me. Of course, this is the first steps of research for some of you. So don't feel bad to reach out to me, and I can help you write your section. So it's not going to be an issue for me. Okay. So the reason why I do the
Sure,
intro,
thank you.
yeah, not a problem. Um, okay, let's see. And I'm going to highlight this part that is red already. Okay. So I think we're done with section 3, section 4, section 5. For section 6, um, I see Noor has signed up for this. So if nobody wants to sign up for it, okay, Yara signed up for this too. So then you guys have to select 2 and 2. So just let me know right now, what do you want to do here?
I have no idea about this section, but I want to know. Like, I like to uh this. I'd like to understand about it.
Oh, what section are you interested? Sorry, would you mind repeating the section 6?
No, I don't know anything about like therapeutic strategies, so I'm like I'll be good with anything.
Okay, okay. So I guess let's see. So Yara has signed up for this. She wants to do this, I think, the management and this part, and also she wants. So I guess I will help you with the other two. Okay, if you're interested in doing this part, I can put your name here, and of
If you
course I will
want
help
to
you.
read
Sure.
Go
and
ahead.
then we
Sorry.
will discuss, it is okay.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. I think the reason why I like to assign names and everything is so that everybody has their own section, but you can always reach out to me and I can help you write your section. Um, and this, and I expect every section to be at least less than 2 pages, no more than that. If you have more than that, that's too much. So each section should be about 1 to 2 pages, and it has to be high quality information. I don't care about having a novel of pages with information. I just care about having 1 to 2 pages, because if you combine everything, that comes up to be like 10 or more than 10 pages. So that's actually enough for a research article. That's why I want it to be like around 1 to 2 pages of section of your. I know it seems a little bit, but when you have to combine everything, all the components into one paper, then you have to be smart as to how you want to show that information. Okay, that's the reason narrative reviews can be more versatile, because you can do whatever you want with it. It's more qualitative data, not quantitative. So you don't have to tell me a lot of the statistics, but more about the qualitative data, like the management, the therapeutic strategies, the diagnostic strategies, even if they use AI to diagnose amyloidosis, because that's a new future, something that we can put in the future directions. So all that, I'm just changing the numbers here. For some reason, it got like messed up here. Okay. Okay. Um, so I see Aaron wants to take the challenges and gaps. So I'm gonna leave it like that for the rest of the people who haven't taken a topic. Let me see. I think everybody should be good here. for section 5, section 4. I don't know why I change all this to squares, but I'm changing the numbers so that way I don't mess up the understanding of everything here. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing 2. I mean, 2 is already selected. 3 has already 2 people, which is great, and 4 has 1 person already selected for that. 5 has already everybody selected. For 6 should be good. For 7 should be good. So I only need somebody to be with the challenges and gaps, and since we're missing people, they have to reach out to me when they watch the recording and then maybe sign up for any section. And if there is more than 2 people in one section, then they have to um, give up their other section so that other people can join that one. But that should be it. Now that we have selected what each of you is going to do, then I'm going to move on to the next file. So I actually created something for you that you don't have to struggle with, because I created a document that has all the search criteria for you. You don't have to, I divided them into sections, into different sections for you to search on PubMed. So you can copy paste the search terms into the advanced box, but you don't have to do that because you will do the combine. But let's say you couldn't find anything on the combined section. So this is the one that you have to use because it has all the domains, right? I'm gonna highlight it and because it has all the domains. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna copy paste this, or you can just open the link that I created for you. Oh, I guess I didn't put it here, but it's okay. I'm gonna show you either way. So I'm gonna go to PubMed, and I'm gonna show you what you have to do. So you just type PubMed in your browser. You go to Advanced, and then I'm gonna delete my query with searches, and I'm gonna put a new one. And you just have to copy paste the document that has all this, like the on number 5 that has a combined comprehensive query. You have to copy paste all the search terms, and you're gonna go into advanced. So let me show you again. When you click on PubMed, you go to advanced, then you go to query box, you copy paste all that information there, you search, and it's gonna give me 502 papers. And it has already created the filters. So the reason why I care about the filters is because I created the filters for you here in the same document. So if you go into the cardiac amyloidosis search term, you're gonna see all the filters that I want you to guys use for the investigating the paper. Sorry, just my mouse got disconnected. So I'm using my okay, let me see. I guess I'm gonna use my other mouse. But so yeah, when you go here, you see all the filters. So then you go to PubMed, you're gonna be applying all those filters that I mentioned. So I can clear all the filters, so I can show you what you have to select. So it's gonna give me 3,000 and 87 results. That's a lot of papers, right? But I don't care about the papers here. Does anybody want to speak up and tell me why I don't care about the old papers and I want to do the more current papers? Does anybody want to mention or say something about it for the reason why?
They're outdated.
Yeah, they can be outdated, but also for a narrative review, it's also good to only give me current data so that I want to keep it at up to 2000, right? From 2010, maybe. Let's see. 2010. No, let me just keep it 20. Yeah, like 2010. Let's start from 2010 all the way to here. So then you see how many papers they are. So I mentioned that I want to do 2020 to 2026, but it all depends too. So then a lot of papers are already dated. So I may have to play around to see what will be the best thing, but let me just actually give you until 2015. Let's do that. So it should give me 2,130. So let's keep it in 2015 to 2026 for all the papers. So I only want to read full text, right? And I already included that in the filters too. When you go here, they're in the filters that I want you to include, right? So I'm going to put it here 2015 instead of 2020, right? So then text availability, free full text and full text. So that's what I selected here. So I want to keep it the same way. And then I have to select all the study types, right? So I'm going to open this file here in a separate page so you guys can see what I'm doing at the same time. And then you can select the same things, right? So you see the filters. You guys are seeing my screen, right? Just want to make sure that you see it. You guys okay?
Yeah, we can see
Yes,
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So
can
then,
see it.
so yeah, you're gonna be selecting all the article types. So you see all the articles types that I have selected. You're gonna go into the see all article types, and you're gonna find all the ones that I have selected there. You're gonna put case reports. You're gonna select the next one is clinical studies. You can also click clinical trials, meta-analysis. So if I don't see it here, that means that it's on the next page, right? Meta-analysis, multi-center, network meta-analysis, observational study, randomized control trial, reviews, right? And then you're going to be selecting systematic reviews. So those are the most important papers that I care about in the review. So you see now we have 596, and we had 3,000 and plus or 2,000 and plus results before, right? That narrow it down so much, right? Which is great because we don't want to have too many papers to read. Then I don't care about Spanish papers, not because they're not relevant. It's just because we always like to have like studies that are done in English. So you see, didn't reduce so much of the studies because all the studies have been done in English. And then I only want human studies. I don't want animal studies. So you see now it's 377. So I'm going to change that because I was playing with the year now. So I want to actually have it from 2015 to 377. So I have to distribute this to a different number. So later you have to put your name because we're going to be doing screening the papers. We're going to be screening the papers. So each of you have to sign up for one of the reviewers. So change the reviewer name and put your name, and you're going to be reviewing, screening different papers based on that. So it doesn't matter if you are a reviewer 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. We're all going to have the same amount of papers to be screened. So just choose one reviewer section and put your name in there. I see somebody has taken 3 and he's going to write his name or her name. So you will do the same, okay? Yeah, you will write it like that. And I will change this later because now that the math has changed based on the results. So I'm going to change that later, okay? But just for now, add your name and everything in there, okay? Okay, so that's pretty much it for this is just for that we all screen the same amount of paper. So I created a nice way to screen the 377 results based on another document I created for you guys. So you're gonna have this screening Excel sheet that will explain everything to you. But then the only thing that you care is sheet number 3. The list is only a legend for me to be able to do the drop down list or drop down menu. And I'm gonna give you an example. So, for example, here is the Excel sheet. You see how nice it is and everything. And oh, I think it changed something. Let me see. Oh yeah, the drop down menu is still there. So I for 1 second I thought it got deleted from my, but let me show you what I mean so you guys know that. You see like so when you look at the year, so record 1 means paper number 1, right? So when I look at this, I want to keep it sorted by publication date. And that's what I said here, sorted out by publication date. So make sure that you sort it by publication date. So then you just select publication date and it's going to give you all the most recent papers that have been published from day 1, from paper 1 all the way to 377 paper, right? And that's why each of you is going to be doing certain amounts of papers based on that position that you have signed up as a reviewer, right? So if you put your name in reviewer 6, then you're going to be doing this pages of the paper. So the numbers here are the number of papers here. So for example, the Yara is going to be doing papers from 1 to 22. I have to change all of this, but this is just an example. Yara has to do papers 1 to 22. So she has to screen 1 to 22, right? So she has to read, this is up to 10 paper. Then she has to move on to the next page and do the rest of the papers until she reaches 22. And when she reaches 22, she's done with her screening process, right? And all that information should be included here. So Yara has to go from paper number 1 all the way to paper number 22. And she has to put the year of the publication of the paper. So let me give you an example of how this will be, right? So I'm gonna open the paper. So this is a review, right? So then I just go into the Excel sheet and I'm gonna say it was from 2025. The title is easy because you can just have to copy paste. You don't have to do much, right? This is easy. And the reason why this may seem like, why are we doing this? Doesn't make sense. Copy pasting stuff and doing it this way doesn't make sense. But the reason why we do it this way is just for us to identify things quickly when we start writing our section. So this is the expectation for you guys, for you this week, right? I want you to do that. And then you can just copy paste this because that's the journal blood review, right? And I'm gonna put it in the document and I'm gonna do the same thing. Oop. Just struggling with the copy paste part, but that's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna put it there. Yeah, you're gonna put it the blood review. You can even type it because for some reason I'm having issues with my paste today. I don't know why. PubMed ID, that's gonna be this ID here, right? You're gonna copy paste that ID and you're gonna put it in the document. Right? You're gonna paste it there, and then the URL is gonna be the paper, right? So then you can copy it from here from the browser, and then copy paste that, and then you keep going, right? So then you say, do you review the abstract? You select the drop down menu. You see how nice it is because you have the drop down menu. You can say, oh no, I haven't reviewed it. What is the PRISMA stage? Is a full text? I'm going to include it? Is a title? Is an abstract? You can just choose any of the options. Will I include this paper? I will say yes based on this. And if you exclude it, then you have to tell me the reason for the exclusion. And then you have to tell me because it's the wrong population. no primary data, insufficient data, is a duplicate, a non-human study, not in English, out of the date range. Even though we already put those things in the filter, some papers may be included in the issue. So then you have to give me an exclusion. The study design, you can select if it's a cohort, case control, any of the things that I mentioned in the things that and the study design, you're gonna highlight that. And then population, you're gonna tell me if it's an adult, elderly, mixed, not reported. And country, you're gonna tell me the kind of like the in what continent was done the research, right? That's pretty much it. Sample size, I don't really need this, so don't worry about this one. I just included it there, but you don't have to fill this one out. So let me just remove this one because this is more for quantitative data, but in this case, we're not doing it. Amyloid type, I like to highlight the amyloid type that you are actually seeing in the paper. Diagnostic domain, this is helpful because that will help the people who are doing the diagnostic. So maybe you can highlight what diagnostic domains they have done in the paper. Then the biomarkers will be like the lab results that you get from blood or urine or things like that. Things that they have research in the paper, you're going to select that. Image modality, if they have used an echo, MRI, like a nuclear test or whatever of the other tests that they have used. And then the intervention, you're going to tell me if they have done any interventions that you notice, and also if there are new other interventions that you cannot see, you can just click the edit button and then include other intervention that is not listed here. And then outcome, you're just going to show me what are they looking for, if it's a biomarker change, imaging change after 6 months or whatever. They're looking at mortality and things like that. And then I want you to put your initials that you did that, you screened that paper, the date that you screened it, and then any notes that you have about that paper. And that's it. That's all I want to care about the 25, about the papers that you are going to be assigned. Each of you are going to kind of do the same amount of papers, and I expect this to be done this week. So, any questions so far from going through this Excel sheet? And yeah, Mohammed, you have a question?
Yeah, could you tell me a bit more about the Prisma staging? What exactly are we
Yeah,
supposed to do there?
yeah. So the Prisma stage, the reason why I do this is because when you select included or excluded or full text or abstract, it's gonna kind of populate something here at the end. You see, um, it should be 337 papers, but I'm going to change that. It's just because I included 599, thinking that it will go around that range. But when you click on the Prisma stage and you tell me that it's a title, an abstract stage. Abstract stage means that it's only an abstract and that's it about the paper. There is nothing more on the paper. It's just an abstract. I don't have access to a full text or anything. So if you have access to the whole full text and you can read it, then you have to select full text stage in the Prisma. And then you also have the option to include it or exclude it. So excluding it meaning that you're not gonna even look at it, even though you screened it, you're not going to look at it. And then included is that you're going to be including it in the paper. And full text is just for us to identify that that's a full text page, but I still haven't decided if I'm going to include it or exclude it. This is just for me to keep track on how to create the methodology section when we are done with the paper. But if you are confused, you can leave it blank. Don't worry about it. If you are confused and you don't understand how to make the selection, just keep it unselected, and you can just do all the things that really matter. But this is just for me to kind of do the methodology section, if that makes sense.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And the rest is easy because everything is dropped down. So you guys should not struggle with this. Like, I know that you can at least do 5 papers every day, and by the time we meet next week, you are done with your section. So I expect everyone to be done by the next session. So we're meeting every Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain time. Like today, we're going to be meeting every single week the same way, and we're going to have different expectations every week. So this week, I want you to finish the screening process. Not even write the papers or write anything about your section. Just focus on finishing the screening component. Okay. But I see that a lot of people have signed up for a name here. Just make sure that the rest sign up for be a reviewer in any of the section. It doesn't matter what position you are, because at the end of the day, we have to do the same amount of papers. But make sure that you put your name, and I will sort this out later today. Make the right numbers of papers that you should be doing and the range of papers. But I'm gonna stop here and see if you guys have any questions about the whole process. Anything is confused, anything wants me to go back and explain something else. I hear silence, so I guess you guys are good. You guys good or no?
Yes, good.
Yes, we are good.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are
Yes,
good.
understood.
Okay, so if you guys are good, that's pretty much everything that I expect for this session. So make sure that you fill out the rest of the information. You can start doing the screening today. But let me just, yeah, because I already gave you the filters, so make sure that you copy paste only this section. But let's say you want to be more specific, that all the domain section didn't work for you, then you can go into the other sections. So like, or I want to know more about the prognosis, outcome, and survival. You can just copy paste this search term and do the same thing with the filters I added, and just only look at prognosis, treatment, therapeutics, or diagnostic imaging biomarkers, or pathophysiology and mechanisms, and so on. Does that make sense? But I only want you to use this because it combines, like number 5, because it combines everything into one search term. So you don't have to worry about the rest in the top. And then you can include all the filters that I mentioned. You should be getting 377 results. And then each of you should have an assigned reviewer section, and that's it. And then make sure that you fill out the author information section so that it's all completed. But I see that most of you have already assigned the papers, and yeah, which is great. So I'm gonna stop here and then see if you have any questions. So this is your time to ask me anything about the process. And I try to be as much as organized as possible so that you guys have an easy time. But you can always reach out to me through WhatsApp and let me know if you have any issues, okay? But you are free to go. If you don't have any questions, you can go. So I'm gonna stick around to see if anybody has questions. But again, you can log out if you understood everything and don't have any other issues, okay?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, not a problem, Joanna.
Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, of course, not a problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
Bye.
course, not a problem.
The session was really informative. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, not a problem. I try to make it everything organized for you guys so you can follow along. But you guys let me know if you have any issues, okay?